So this is demo one. Just going to demonstrate a leaflet in that, but I'm also going to show you some of the structure I like. I like to have a separate directory for cascading style sheets, scripts, and that snippets are for rebuilding this one from scratch. So typically we have a standard HTML document. It's kind of short. The head's pretty busy. This is a link into the cascading style sheet. This is the subsource integrity check. So this is that unique cryptographic hash that gets generated, and that is generated by Leaflet. They send you that, and if you download their file, 1.8 version, and that, then when you recalculate that hashtag, it should match. And if it doesn't, that means someone changed something along the way. In that, same thing for a Leaflet JS, and that, and this is the cryptography hash that says, if the file's been unaltered, then it should be able to generate the same thing. If someone's changed like 1 byte, we'll get a different number, and then we know there's something wrong with the file. Okay, so, and it is that order: Leaflet cascading style sheet first, Leaflet JavaScript second. Okay, order is important in some of this, and then I link in my own cascading style sheet and my own JS. And so that's all head linking stuff. What about the body? Not much in the body. Just so you know, there's a div with an ID called map ID. And then there's a script tag to say, hey, run my init map. Now, actually, I should put a semicolon there, be proper in that. So what does this mean, right? So if we go over to my cascading style sheet, that gets loaded here. Let's just go there. We should be able to click. Does this click? Oh, it doesn't. Be nice. Maybe someday that'll work, right? My selector, because with the pound sign, map ID. So this has to match exactly in terms of case. Lowercase map, uppercase ID has to match this ID. And that means that style will be applied to that div. All it says about the div is that it's 500 pixels high, and so by default is going to take the whole width of the browser in that. And then my init map, where's that from? That's from my scripts main.js. So I'll go to my scripts folder and we'll go take a look at my main.js, and we'll go to the top. So I have some global variables: map pop-up, OpenStreetMap layer in that. So I like to declare those here outside the functions. They're globals in case my functions need to talk to that. So if I have data, or like say I need to add a layer, remove a layer, I might have separate functions to do that. For both of them to be able to see the same thing, I can either pass it in or I'll make it global. This one I'll do it globally in that. I have a little function called onMapClick, and all it's going to do, it's going to make a map pop up, and it's going to have some text in it. Okay, and that, should I change how I want to do this? Nope, I won't change it yet. I'll try to be good. I won't alter the code on the fly. And then on open, right, we tag it. We basically set it to the map. So that's how we link the pop-up with the map kind of deal right there. Okay. Now, here I have a function that actually initialized the map. So that I'm going to go back to the index. That this here means, hey, run my init function. My init function creates a map object using that map ID, right? So that tag there has to match this one here. This is where you get into trouble. Slight typo, case issue, right? Map doesn't show up. I tell the map to go to this particular coordinate at zoom level 13. Okay. I also basically make a map pop-up that can be populated later. Again, it's passed around globally. My function will put the text into the map pop-up. And then I say map on click, right? Run my on click method. And my on click method will take the map pop-up and basically put some text into it. Now, I have the layer here, but I have it basically commented out. So what I want to go over is the HTML. We have our links into all our CSS and JS. We have a div with the ID, and we have an initialization script. The styles the div, and that init basically makes our map. Here it makes a map pop up right at that particular point in time. And I set the event handler that when someone clicks on my map, right, map on click, that's how that's read, run my onMap click function. And my onMap click function will take that global map pop-up and basically set the content. This is me setting the text, and we'll see this in action. So there is this event that Mapbox passes in that has the lat long of where you clicked in that, and then you can take that and use it how you want. Okay, so should we actually take a look at this in action? Okay, so I will open up the integrated terminal, and I'll just launch the index file. This is probably going to pop off screen, so we'll see. Index, yes. So my browser launched, maybe. We'll see. I'll double check. Oh, here it is on the other side, right? Now, right now, there's no layer in the map. That's on purpose. But what's the thing is, well, is it broken? No. A whole bunch of things are working. Notice I have a thing that's about 500 pixels high, full length of the screen. I kind of have a map, just don't have any layers and that sort of thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff working. It's finding all the cascading style sheet. It's finding leaflet. You can see that down here. Page source. I can go check for errors. Actually, I'll do an inspect on this. Inspect the page. I don't think I'll have any errors right now. I just have 2 little messages, but no errors. That's good. So I'll close this. Now is my pop-up working? Yes, I get some lat longs of where I'm clicking. This will help you in the lab if you build this pop-up right away, because then you get the lat long where you click, and it helps you draw the shapes that you need to do in the exercises. So that's working, but I have no idea where I am. But I do have technically I have a map, a proper map that when I click on it, I get the lat long back. I just have no idea where I'm clicking in that. So I'm going to go back here, and we will go back to my main.js, and we will on comment that layer so that we actually have a layer. So I will, there we go. Now we have this layer. I could rerun it, but I'll just bring it back over here. We'll do a refresh, and we land at a certain location on the other side of Canada, right? A little hamlet, Robert's Arm, and that used to play there as a kid. So and so this is working, and this is when we were clicking on the map before, and the lat longs that we're getting back. So basic map with a layer and a pop-up. The reason I added the pop-up is so that we can, get the lat longs that we need to draw the shapes in a future part of the lab. But that's all I wanted to show you at this point in time. Just how you get the links into the leaflet, how you have the subsource integrity check and the hash, how I structure things in terms of separation of concerns, things in different files, and how we use those global variables by different functions. That's all for now.